Hello, and welcome to.
Oh, mate, what have you done?
What do you mean? What are you looking for?
Oh, it's there. Oh,
Yeah.
it's too small.
I've heard that before.
It's
Yeah,
literally
sorry.
too small.
Oh yeah, you'll need to reset the chat as well. I believe that's not up to date. So here on the Bus Factor today, you may notice something different with the stream. It may be higher quality, but
oh,
it has
welcome to the
come-
Bus Factor.
Yes, welcome to the Bus Factor. It has come at a horrific price. Unfortunately, the internet here drops out once you exceed around 1.3 megabit. It doesn't drop out. It can only sustain 1.3 megabit. For those who have fiber, you'll be laughing at us. So we've had to downgrade the stream to a 480p stream. How does it look? It looks fine, is the answer, but it is just a bit of a different setup. The sizing needs to be fixed up and a few other things. The canvas we're working with is actually 720p, so we don't get like an exactly good view of it. But I did talk to the boss, and I was like, "Hey, boss, can I get some fiber for the office?" And he was like, no, and I'm going to do it anyway. How good is that going to be? Do you reckon he'll be mad if I do it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but I figured like if I pay for it,
Look
right?
at that zero go.
Because like if it's a very slow boy, isn't he? If I pay for it, what's he going to complain
It takes
about?
up a lot of space now. Man, this is nice quality, right?
Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. The stream has been getting glitchy every now and again, but we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, well, I know how to kind of reset it.
Yeah, so this is the camera we're using now is a network camera, and it looks like occasionally it just starts dropping packets, and it's like, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to debug. But
That's basically the main reason why we're not using it for the AI.
yes, though, like I mean, this would be. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's kind of weird. So, like, if you write like a just cheap Python thing to pull in a frame, print it,
Mhm.
and that's all this thing does.
Yeah.
It glitches out like pretty much straight away.
Well, that's because because it doesn't send frames, right? It sends keyframes every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So you can't like pull a frame. You have to pull a frame every 5 seconds and then construct them using because they're like iframes and whatnot, right?
Yeah, but you would think that OpenCV thing would do that, right?
I mean, maybe, yeah. I
Because
don't
like
know about how it
the
works.
URL you just passed it is just RTSP.
Yeah, I guess you would expect it.
You would expect that does the protocol
Yeah.
level things.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh my god, people were walking across the road when the light, where it was a green man, a red man rather.
Oh, it is warm.
Do you want to open the window?
Not this one. No,
good point.
siree.
I have it has got a window open over there.
we
but
we
it's,
can
we'll
crack
further-
that one open. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm too
Well, we
lazy.
can open that one more.
Do you want to open that one?
I don't
I'll
know.
do it. Okay, or we can get someone else to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we've sent the order off.
Oh.
We used our Amazon Alexa to do that. Hey, speaking of Amazon Alexa,
The actual window. Man.
the window, not just.
I think it doesn't have a lock, so you can just pull it up.
Yeah, I think that one is pretty. It might have a lock though. It totally could have a lock.
No, like it doesn't. That's the one I've climbed in before.
Climbed in. It's just being opened.
Yeah. Oh, we're making
Yeah,
it work.
nice. Thanks. That's fine. It doesn't need to be open too much.
Oh,
Just
that's
give it a bit of a
amazing.
breeze in.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Okay, so speaking of Amazon Alexa, the Amazon Alexa that we just used to open the thing. In theory, with the network camera, could you put it anywhere in the city and get a stream? Yes. The big problem with that is the delay is a problem, and also it uses a bit of bandwidth. So here at the ZX Security Office, we can't even output a 720p stream. Like, we can't upload that to Twitch. That's why the stream quality is a little bit different to what it normally is.
Oh, we
and
could, because this, we could change that number to a 2, right?
It's complicated. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Not live. But yes, we can. Yes, this is a device that if we plugged it into someone else's office and they did a little bit of network config, yeah, we could access it anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Which is on our list to do. It's on the list.
But this doesn't work with the AI, so they'll only really make sense if we're doing a show.
Yeah, I mean, we could make it work with the AI. Worst case, save it to a file.
Well, no, I tried that, remember. If we loaded up VLC and just saved the
not
stream.
VLC, get something else. And the problem with that was that your computer couldn't handle encoding video.
No, it didn't. It didn't. When you saved it.
Oh yeah,
so when it was
also
streaming.
couldn't handle encoding it because VLC doesn't use hardware accelerated encoding. OBS can do it though. So worst case, OBS can save it to a file.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's true. I should use OBS. I should train the AI on this. Oh no, but
we want to get 10 cameras. Well, I think one of the dreams we've had for a while is a big switchboard with hundreds of cameras, and the AI monitors all of them in real time. And so basically, whenever we're speaking, it's showing from a different place in the world a bus running a red light, real time. Buses all over the world running red lights. So red light, red light, red light, red light. And then we just talk about stuff while that's happening.
We could just do it at this intersection.
We are doing it at this intersection.
Yeah, but we could just see that at this intersection.
We could go back and look at them. Yeah, we could have a segment of the show where we do that, but it's we'd take a little bit of manual effort at the moment.
We've got a fucking sweet Twitter feed now.
Yes. Tell the people the Twitter handle for that.
It's the Bus Factor G.
Oh, like gangster, like the Bus Factor gangster.
Yeah, or the Bus Factor gifs.
I think it's pronounced GIF, but yeah.
I like the tweet that someone was like, "Is it pronounced GIF or GIF?"
Yeah, it's a good one. We'll Meatling fund it.
Well, I'm
they
actually,
don't fund much these days, do they?
I'm meeting Metlink in a couple of weeks, actually.
Oh, I wonder how that's going to go.
I think a month, actually. Yeah, I'm meeting Metlink. I could ask them if they would fund any of this. Because it's for safety improvement, right?
Is it? It's for red light running improvement.
Yeah, that improves safety.
I could... Yeah, well, who knows? So yeah, new Twitter. Has anything else happened? No, I'm back this week. Oh, we should say this is the last show of the year, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Last show I'm planning to do, and I don't think you're planning to do one alone.
No, I don't think so. Oh, that doesn't go very far.
I've heard that before. Talking about mustard. You know, when you think you have a lot of mustard, you don't ever. Last show of the year. When are we going to be back? Do you know? We don't know yet, do we?
I could do one.
I think kind of like the week after New Year's.
Yeah, the week after New Year's probably.
Yeah, but this could vary. So I think we'll do a tweet just saying when we're back. It'd be nice for everyone to be able to have a break because I know we have dedicated listeners.
We do.
Got my mum to watch it. Not last week, the week
really?
before. When I was up in Hamilton, I made her watch an old episode. And
look at all these. Shall I take them along to Metlink?
If you want to. Okay, shall we get into some news then?
Yeah.
One lane is clearly longer than the other, though honestly, the fact you wrote like
Whistling
8 font sizes
stripper
higher.
Bob.
Whistling stripper Bob. Yeah, I don't know about any of those stories. So yeah, we have 3 lanes today. Traffic light lane, bus lane.
The traffic light lane is actually just the bus lane spilt over.
Oh, okay.
It's running the red light.
Hey, well, the bus lane is clearly longer, so hit me with some bus news.
All right. Did you know a city is going to get the world's first electric ferry?
Huh, interesting. I looked at this recently because I was playing the old flight simulator and I thought to myself, can you get electric planes? And the answer is pretty much no, not really. And I was like, hey, what about like electric ferries and stuff? And I looked briefly and electric cruise ships or something.
I should say
possible?
This city.
This city?
Yeah. The
That's
East by West
crazy.
ferry is going to be New Zealand's first fully electric
You said
ferry.
the world's first.
Well, it could be the world. First electric ferry in the Southern Hemisphere.
Okay, not a very big place, is it? I mean, geographically, sure, but population-wise. I didn't know that you could do that.
Is the biggest suburb in the Western Hemisphere.
Oh yeah, it's been 10 minutes and there's no red light runners. I haven't been paying super close attention, but
Yeah, neither have I really. And the AI is not running, so...
So did you say Karori is the biggest suburb in the Southern Hemisphere?
Yep.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
I
So you're talking about geographic area, right? Not population.
Can't remember.
It's
Probably
It's
geographic
not
area.
population, I'll tell you that. I've heard that, but I also heard someone say that it was an old wives' tale. That's not true. So I haven't seen a source for it. I've only heard people say it. And
Stop ruining my dreams, man.
Sorry. I've just heard that it's like not actually a thing.
Yeah, I'll believe it. A lot of things I've learned in childhood are no longer real in adulthood.
People repeating stuff.
Did you know Santa doesn't exist?
It means how you define exist. Right? Is there a guy who goes around giving everyone presents? No, but
My dad does look like a pretty sweet Santa. Did you see the
I
photo
saw
the other
picture,
day?
very Santa-y. Okay, so we're getting electric ferry.
Yep.
Do they work?
So
Like,
the
what's the
X5
deal?
well,
What, like
like,
range? What's
Do the
the?
electric buses work?
Well, it's a little bit different. If an electric bus breaks down, it's like whatever. What happens if the electric ferry breaks down? And is it like a hybrid or is it pure electric?
Fully electric.
How do they
believe.
charge it? What? I don't understand. This seems like a weird thing because, like, okay, we've done one trip. We're going to charge for the next 4 hours, and then we'll do another trip.
Yeah.
You don't know the answers to any of this.
Do you want me to open up the news article?
I would want you to have read it already.
Dave
Okay.
wrote it up. Dave wrote up all these news stories and just left.
Well, they look good, but
It says.
oh, there was a red light runner. Okay, take your word for it, Mr. Davenport NZ. I wasn't looking at the screen.
It's back to the early days of the show where he's just telling us them all.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, whoops. There we are.
what else do we have? Yeah, so if we fly over to California,
Mm-hmm.
did you know by law they have 21 years to get a fully zero emission bus fleet?
Okay. What's
Do you
the
think it's gonna
consequences if
happen?
they don't?
Oh, probably a fine, but
A fine for who?
probably them. But
Who? Okay, so the city finds itself.
no, the transit agencies. They might not be run by the government, like Wellington is.
Okay, so you're saying like the city will find the people who run the buses.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, okay, cool, interesting. I wonder if
Do you think it will happen?
do I think it will happen? I think it's possible. There's no real reason not to, right? But zero emission is kind of one of those weird things where it's like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
high definition.
No,
Do
it's
we
actually
get-
not. It's 480p, mate.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think you can get any identifying stuff off that.
Well,
You
after
can get the route number.
After I secretly set the office up with fiber internet against my boss's permission, we'll hopefully get 720p.
Yeah, I guess we can add that to our list of things to chase up on.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually
20
that.
years, whatever.
Wasn't there something we were going to chase up?
I don't know.
Like some senator said something about something, and he was going to reform things.
I
and
mean, sounds like a
we
senator,
were going
doesn't
to chase
it?
it up, but
I'm pretty lazy.
yeah. But yeah, we'll add this to our bus factor calendar, and
yeah,
in
my question
21
was-
years we'll get back to you whether they've done it.
So if you have an electric bus, is that a zero emission bus fleet? If they're all electric buses?
All so I don't think it is zero emission. Then I think you have to offset
Yeah,
stuff.
because the problem
So
is
in New Zealand, the zero emission we go off carbon neutral, which is
you have to
pay
plant trees
money.
or some shit.
Yeah,
yeah. But my thing is if you live in a country or a city or whatever where the power is predominantly coal or oil or something like that, and then you have an electric bus fleet, it's like, wow, that's not carbon neutral, I guess. But it kind of depends how you define it. So who knows?
I should say about the pedestrian count. It was noted when I had lunch today that
Pedestrian count?
Davenport NZ mentioned not enough pedestrians here.
Oh, yep.
It was noted at lunch today that because everyone kind of finishes up and there's not many people in town,
Oh yeah, because a lot of people left for Christmas break a lot earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I've done a few graphs. One of them was the average aggregate hourly bus running red lights. So like by hour.
Yes. Okay, I gotcha.
Just for last week.
Yeah.
Be interesting to compare to this week because I think it'll probably go down.
The other thing is, I think it'd be useful to capture. I think if the AI was running 24/7, it should capture every red light event, every green light event, and that way we can track the number of pedestrians and how that interacts with the number of bus red light runners. So, for example,
we can. Was that one?
no, that was not one. I was watching.
Oh, that is not a big replay.
That is like, not a big replay.
Yeah,
what?
there was like, I went like that. Oh, was that one? And then it happened.
Oh yeah, it's because you weren't very speedy at realizing, but also it's lower res now. Should be a lot faster to.
Let's go for. There's lots of grey cars going past. We'll wait for.
Just this guy going through the lights here. Grey car. Last grey car.
There's lots of grey cars.
2, 3.
We'll go for this orange
4,
bus.
5. Around 5 seconds.
Orange bus.
3,
Yeah, about 5 seconds.
4. Yeah.
I went for the more obvious thing of the orange bus.
And look, it paid off. You got a wildly different number.
I just said 5 seconds. That didn't actually count.
I counted. Yeah, what's next on the news list?
We have
changed lanes rather. We never changed gears.
Oh, we're going to change gears or change lanes.
We don't change gears ever.
All right. Change lanes. Hit me up.
Okay, we're in the traffic light lane.
Okay.
No.
Did you know Otago, the university in Otago,
the University of Otago or
Yeah.
Otago the city?
Otago, the university.
Yep.
They won their fucking bus stop back, mate.
They won it back.
They want it back.
Oh, they want it back.
Yeah, they just want it back. That is on.
He's typing. He's looking up the news story. He didn't read it. Is this one Dave wrote up?
No, this is one we got 5 minutes before the show.
Oh yeah, a reporter this week was slacking off and didn't give us the news until 5 minutes before the show. We still appreciate it, but
last news.
Gonna have to decrease it.
Oh, we've got a new person following us. Otago.
He's still looking up the news story.
Otago staff ask for their bus stop back.
Otago staff or students?
Staff.
Huh, weird.
Blah, 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 blah.
Skimming through. He's trying to find the pertinent parts of the article for us.
That's too many words. Their bus stop, they want it back.
Yeah, I presume a bus stop was removed and they want it back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that happens. Did they remove bus stops during this changeover here at Wellington? Do you know?
Huh?
Did they remove bus stops during the changeover here at Wellington? Or just routes?
They moved a bunch of stuff. Boom, this guy here.
Boy.
Look.
Pump it
You
up.
have to do it now.
I don't have to do it. You can do it.
No, you have to do it now.
Okay.
You're wearing my headphones. That means you have to do it.
Okay. Sorry, you said they changed some of them.
So they moved some routes, which might mean that some got removed. I don't actually know though.
Yeah, I didn't hear anyone complain about it. Oh, yeah, boy.
Oh, just the tailwind.
Yeah, it wasn't very egregious, but technically it was going through.
Ooh, nah, I would count that
I
as
counted it.
a number 3 or a number 4.
You'd count it as a number. What do you mean? What?
I'll triage it as a number 3 or a number 4.
Oh, okay. In terms of I was. So you mean like it counts as 3 buses running a red light? I'm like, I don't think it was that bad. Not much happened.
Didn't you know? So reported to Metlink this last fortnight.
Yeah.
867 buses, I think it was.
Yeah.
Ran through red lights in the last fortnight, and in this one intersection.
Yep.
Did you know that number might be off? Might be wrong.
Yeah, damn right. I know that might be wrong.
It's
There's,
most likely wrong.
Name a way it could be wrong. Yeah, it's wrong in that way. Like not counting the correct number of buses. Yes. Missing buses. Yes. False positives. No. We actually filter for those.
Yeah, false positives. There are none, but there are some clips that have 2 buses running at the same time.
Yeah, really.
Multiple of them, which is like, it could be like maybe, I don't know.
Also, the
50% more.
AA could be missing hundreds.
Oh, it could be, but like, do you really think it is? it's currently picking up 100 a day.
I don't know. It could be.
Do you really think there's more than 100? There could be.
Well, you think it's hit like 100%? It's hitting 100% of them. Yeah, I don't think it'd be hitting 100%. It
Do you
wouldn't be
reckon?
much more. Well, it's not 100%. That's like crazy good AI.
Yeah, but like even if it's 90%, that's still like close enough for stats to say at
It's not
least
accurate,
100.
though. Yeah, I mean, at least. But I'm just saying it could be more.
Yeah,
Could
but
be
it'll
double.
be
I
like
don't know.
it wouldn't be 200. It'll probably be like
It could be
110.
200.
It could, but I don't know.
Anyway, let's. We I guess we really don't know.
Anyway, it's about 100 a day.
It's a lot.
More oftenly happens in the morning rush hour and in the evening rush hour. Would
Yeah.
you know it?
I believe it. Okay, so next on the thing is the Milling review. Have you read it? Was it a bus red light runner? Oh, yeah.
It
Okay, your
wasn't.
laptop locked, so we
It
can't even
wasn't.
tell. Good work. Okay, cool. Thanks. Really useful to have you with the instant replay out when that happens.
I normally have it up in the corner there, but I had some things. So the MetLink review. Have you read it?
No.
So there's actually a link in our internal channel.
What is it linked to though?
I'll just bring it up. MetLink independent review.
What's the website?
MetLink.org.nz. Can you read that?
Yeah, it says a page not found.
Page not found. Oh, I guess like the review was. So the review basically said, "We're doing good. We're doing good. There's been a few issues, but we're doing good."
I think it said they were doing. They're getting better. I think was.
Yeah, I mean it's similar to the news stories that Chris and I read last week, which was like they're doing better, but not doing as well as they thought they could be doing, but they're improving.
Yeah, they mentioned that they like didn't hire enough staff, that they hired them late, that kind of thing. So there's like a lot of like rather than like one big issue, it just sounded like thousands of small issues.
Part of me feels sorry for MetLink, but then the other part thinks, nah.
Well, I think you can feel sorry for the people working at MetLink,
Oh, definitely. Like they're just people.
but I don't really feel sorry for MetLink as an organization.
As a well, I mean, it's Greater Wellington Regional Council. Like as a regional, does it like instill like confidence in you that this is your council? This is how your council runs.
They're a government. They like what? Nothing instills confidence in me. Nothing in the world instills confidence in me. And this is just like, is this? I guess one of the questions is this unexpected? And the answer is no. So does it make me feel less confident? No, I'm the same
Well, what's
confidence
this
I
guy
was
doing?
before.
Is this going around?
Might be a bus down there. I honestly can't see that far out the window. Those cars were very.
Oh, one thing I took off.
There must be like a bus there. We can't really look at them. They're going.
What will the bus do?
They're going around around whatever's there.
So one thing I have taken off our configuration on this
Okay.
ABS. No more ABS.
We can't see.
That tree,
Is that
man.
why? Yeah, we should
That
go.
tree is just growing.
We could go down there and do some.
Just trim it off. Like just cut like a square out of it.
So whatever was blocking the cars must be gone now because there we are.
Oh yeah, it was probably a bus pulled in, but it was like several buses.
There's not
or
a bus
something.
stop there.
No, the bus stop goes all the way back there.
For real?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sometimes it gets pulled up.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, we'll give one more bus story and then we'll change.
One more
things.
bus story. Right. Do you recall us talking about a bunch of crashes in New Zealand on buses? Like all these crashes on buses.
Yeah, there's like a 1 month period where like maybe 3 happened.
Yeah.
People died.
I think it was 3, and they were
Yeah.
all the same type of bus.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, the Fuso bus.
Huh, I didn't realize they were all the same type of bus because one was they weren't city buses. There
Yeah,
was
I don't
a
think you were there for the last story, but yeah,
bus for the tourists was one of them. Went through a ditch. I can't remember the rest of them.
yeah, I think I covered the last story when you weren't here, and yeah, it was just like it's actually just the same bus, like all 3 times.
Yeah.
So NZTA has done a review.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a problem with the bus.
Yeah, it was a bad month.
Just a weird fucking coincidence that just 1 month, like 3 buses of the same type.
That bus driver waited for ages.
He did.
He might have known we were watching, which is ironic because he waited for so long that if the lights had changed, he wouldn't have been able to get through.
But yeah, so that is like a few things. We haven't done the
It's
whistling
interesting.
stripper bomb yet.
We'll do that later.
Yeah, we'll
So,
do that next, maybe.
DIA
yeah.
here in New Zealand, the Department of Internal Affairs, which has like to me, it's a badass name.
Yeah, it sounds like
Spyish.
it does sound like
Department of
Spyish. Like it
Internal
sounds
Affairs.
like because in the States you have like internal affairs that investigate,
Like the police
cops
have
and
their
stuff.
IA. Yeah.
and it kind of sounds like that, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just like a bureaucratic organization that kind of deals with everything government here.
It's basically government.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a catch-all for government.
Yeah,
They don't really
I
do
don't know
cool
how
stuff.
to explain it. It's basically the government of the government.
Like, if you think about what they manage, for example, the common web platform here, where they were like, yeah, everyone should go on this. And they manage like a few panels, and they kind of just...
They issue all the passports. They,
Yeah, the passport ones is
I think
like...
they do immigration.
I can imagine there being a passport office. Like, that would kind of make sense. But yeah, they
well, I think
DIA
that's
deals
just
with
part
that.
of DIA, but like DIA does a lot of things.
They do heaps of things, yeah. Anyway, they are currently... So I didn't write the story up, so I'm not 100% sure, but I did briefly see... It looks like the DIA here is doing just a little bit of a review. It's not exactly a formal review. They're just looking at what the impact of the arse access bill in Australia.
Yeah, so we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago and last week as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your opinion on it?
On the bill?
On the bill. I don't think we really covered off
Yeah,
much.
so the bill's content, as I understand it, is pretty much like you have to be able to give access. If you're a company operating in Australia and they come to you and say, hey, we want to intercept this, you have to give them access. And this kind of comes back to there was a lot of rhetoric around like, oh, the laws of the mathematics in Australia don't apply. And everyone made fun of the person who said that. But his point wasn't like the laws of mathematics don't apply in Australia, you can break encryption. His point was, I don't give a shit what your encryption you're using. If you don't give us a way to intercept it, you're not allowed to operate here.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a legal requirement. It's not a mathematical requirement.
I mean, we have like the similar thing for the
Pixar, yeah.
Yeah, like we've got the Tix here and the Skynet, I think, also has.
There's a few things,
Yeah, like
I think it's reasonable for a government to say, hey, if a warrant is made, if there's a warrant, then you have to give up the stuff. Now, the problem, there's a lot of problems with the one in Australia. One of the big ones is that there were multiple hundreds of people who wrote in saying no. There were 2 who wrote in saying yes, and they weren't people, they were organizations.
yeah.
I think they said less than 10 people who wrote in were consulted about it. Everyone else was just ignored. This was like, there was a lot of rhetoric going around about how, like, if you don't pass this, you think that child pornography and terrorism is cool.
I
does
love
that kind of thing.
Like, not that, but like, I love that ideology that people think, oh, if you've done nothing wrong, you got nothing wrong. You know who said that once?
Who said that?
Do you want to know?
Who said it?
No? If you got nothing to
Did
fear.
Hitler say it?
No, Himmler.
Himmler.
Yeah.
Is he one of the German
Like
subsidiary guys?
the
Subsidiary is not the right word. Who's-
top ranking guy, like next to Hitler.
Gotcha. Himmler said that. Yeah, but okay, so some of my specific concerns with the bill, pretty much they center around what circumstances the bill is invoked in. Because I think it's reasonable that if you have a terrorist cell communicating using iPhones and Signal, I think there is a reasonable argument to be made that, hey, maybe being able to go to Apple and say like, hey, they're plotting to blow people up, could you help us out? I think that's maybe a reasonable thing to do. What's not reasonable is saying, hey, this guy here smokes a lot of weed, I need you to backdoor his Signal account.
Yeah.
That's not reasonable because what's the bar for what counts? And it can kind of morph. It can say, we saw, for example, there was a Centrelink debacle in Australia where someone criticized Centrelink, and so Centrelink, they were allowed to do this legally, released all of her personal details. So they released, who she was, her benefits, and that kind of thing.
Yep.
And they were basically like, well, she criticized us, so fuck you, bitch. Like, and when you have government departments making those kind of decisions and doing those kind of fucked up things, and then the wording of this law says it'll only be used when it's reasonable proportionate. It'll only be used in the case of major crimes. I think they say serious crimes.
Yeah.
They don't
serious
define
crime,
what
I
that
think,
means.
was the wording of it.
Yeah. So what's a serious crime? Is criticizing a government department a serious crime?
It could be.
It could be. If the government department decides they don't like that, yeah, that's a
So,
serious
like,
crime.
the thing is, like, there are kind of these crimes that can fit with everything that most of the time get turned a blind eye because they can't prove anything.
Yep.
But they can be like, oh, this person's committing a crime, and they don't need to prove anything here.
Yeah, because this is like a warrant to begin the interception. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, we believe this person is committing a serious crime.
Yeah.
Intercept.
Yeah.
We might get evidence.
The other big problem I find with a lot of Australian bills like this, what was the other one? The Metadata Sharing Act that passed?
Yeah.
And initially it was like, this will only be used for the ASD and the police. And then it comes out like every single like department in Australia has access, including like regional councils. The regional councils get all your metadata, and there's like no oversight. So I think a lot of problems I have with the bill aren't necessarily with the concept of the bill, but kind of a lot of the tangential issues around it.
So what do you think DIA is going to think about it?
Nothing. If anything, they're going to say, oh shit, we should pass this law in New Zealand. So the DIA here are responsible for operating the web filter, the child pornography filter here.
Yep.
Now, a difference once again with Australia. Australia also has a filter.
Yep.
It got passed with a lot more kerfuffle over there. But there's been talks recently in Australia about blocking piracy websites using the same filter, which is the exact thing that people who didn't like the filter were going to say. They were like, eventually this will just be used to block pirated websites.
Yeah.
That's like an overreach. We don't want that. That's happening in Australia. They're talking about doing that. DAA here operates the web filter here. It's actually quite different here. It's opt-in. ISPs can choose to opt-in or not. I don't know which ones are opt-in and which ones aren't. I've never been browsing a website and had it pop up.
I think most of the big ones opt in, but I don't actually know myself either.
One of the other differences, Australia, of course, occasionally they blocked like legit sites. So it's like the example that gets raised is like a dentist's website somewhere got raised as like an issue.
I mean, it's the sort of thing that, like, as an ISP, like, why would you not opt in? Well, I guess, like, why would you not opt in?
It's technical effort.
Technical effort, might be security concerns for your infrastructure.
Yeah.
But in general, like,
Well, okay, but the thing is, here in New Zealand, over time I've come to pretty much be like, the filter is not the worst thing. There is a lack of oversight. There was meant to be, I was reading maybe a year or two ago about how they're meant to have 6 monthly meetings or 3 monthly meetings to discuss issues, raise things from the public, check how it's going. And these meeting minutes were public. They basically stopped doing that, and there's no oversight into that when I was looking last. And someone here raised that as an issue. But I tend to trust it. I tend to think, I don't trust it exactly. I just tend to be okay with it. I'm like, if my ISP wants to opt into that, I don't have a personal moral issue with it because I haven't seen abuse of it. Because I don't think it's been abused.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whereas in Australia, I would be vehemently against it.
Sorry, didn't catch that one.
Vehemently.
Sorry, one more.
Vehemently.
Vehemently, yeah. Is that how you actually say it?
I don't know. Vehemently against it. Because I don't trust the government. I don't trust the people who run that filter. And like, sure, it might block some bad websites, but A, I'm not going to those websites. And like, B, what's going to happen when they start blocking pirated websites?
Yeah, you might be going to those websites.
Yeah, the piracy ones. Hell yeah. And I'm not putting up with that shit. So I don't know. Anyway, what is the DAA here going to say when they do this? I think they'll say we should pass a law like that in New Zealand. This is fine. There are already... The one reason this matters, and this isn't a big thing, is that they have looked at approval for using AWS in Australia. AWS exists in Australia. It does not exist here in New Zealand. And there's like been a big push for them to allow people to like host websites in Australia, that kind of thing. And there is a small data sovereignty issue. However, classified information is not allowed to be hosted on AWS. I think confidential is, but anything higher than confidential is not. And I could be wrong here, but I believe that's how it works. So it's not really a big issue. I think they're going to be like, oh, it's fine. Don't host classified stuff over there, which you weren't allowed to do anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, like looking at other governments, like other governments might be like, well, like we can't use stuff like AWS anymore.
Yeah. It's actually funny. It was kind of like in the same week that Australia was like, we will not allow Huawei to be used because they have a government which has the ability to backdoor everything. They themselves passed the same law.
I actually just remembered something just off the top of my head now.
Yep.
So we're standing where we have always stood. Well, you're not standing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So your desk isn't here anymore, right?
Yep, that's true.
But
I'm real curious to see where this is going.
your desk used to be here, right?
Yeah. Moved around the office a bit.
So someone used to work here, right?
Yeah.
They left you a little treat
Yeah, I saw that.
in case of an earthquake.
Yeah,
I
it's going to
believe.
fall on the desk. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I don't think that was the intention. They put, can I say what it is? Like,
Yeah.
They put a can of V on top of the lights.
Red Bull.
Oh, sorry, Red Bull.
It's open.
Directly above my desk, it's open. And it's too high for me to get. I don't even know how the fuck he got it up there. I think he crawled on my desk. You can't climb on your desk to get it down.
I can if I take this box off. It supports me.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Hugh's got a cardboard desk. Anyway, yeah, if there's an earthquake, I don't think it was the
That's
intention,
why
but
it's got a bend in the middle.
if there is an earthquake, it will fall on your desk, yeah.
It looks like, depending on where the earthquake goes,
Yeah.
if it falls off here, it might just plop straight down there. If it
Yeah.
falls off that way, it's fine. If it falls that way, fucks my laptop.
Yeah.
In fact,
Is that the thing? Was there more to this? Like, what did this have to do with Huawei?
yeah, I was just, do you want that installed over your desk now?
No, thank you. I forbid the use of Red Bull and Red Bull related equipment. Hey, you know what else was interesting? I was talking to someone and they were like, oh, the maker of my phone is currently being held in Canada on behalf of the US. And I was like, oh, Huawei. Yeah, the sanctions. And they're like, oh, it has to do with spyware. And I'm like, sorry, what? And they were like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff with spyware, so they're holding them for that. And so I kind of dug into it and was like, where? And it turns out some people don't realize that this is a sanction violation thing. So the reason I bring this up is this was just a normal, like a non-technical person I was talking to who thought that the Huawei thing in Canada at the moment was to do with like badness on Huawei phones. And it's not. And I was like, I wonder what mainstream media coverage they've been looking at to kind of be, to think that it's a thing. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. Someone's just asking about Project 11.
Oh, yeah? The 11th project? We still need to decide if we're going to do something next year. I'd like to do a different project next year. Project 11 is good, but it's good enough now. We don't really need uni students working on it
What's
anymore.
our GitHub? Just the bus factor?
Yeah, just the bus factor. Project name is like P11, but it'll show up.
Yeah, that showed up or something. Cool. Yeah.
So, should we move on to the next story then? What do we get up to?
What do we want to do?
Pretty quick. We can probably skip through some of these. I know you want to go to the bar, so
Whistling
first
Stripper
really.
Bomb?
no, I want to do some of mine still.
Oh,
Because
right.
these are all really, really short ones.
All right, then go for it. Hit me with one.
There's an Internet Explorer O-Day, which
Again?
again. There's always O-Days.
Do you remember that website, zeroJavaOday.com?
Oh yeah. Like, is how many days since the Java O-Day? Yeah, I remember. And it was there was like a year-long period where it like never got
was
above
a
30
zero.
days. Yeah,
Well, it was 0 for like a long time.
was it?
Yeah, like some guy like
Like
purposely did it for like a month or something.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. So Microsoft is doing an out-of-band patch for this. I don't know the details. I haven't read the announcement. My guess is they normally do out-of-band patches when these are actively being exploited in the wild.
Yep.
So funny. They just said IE patch. I'm not sure if this affects Edge as well, but yeah.
Well, I mean, Edge is a different engine underneath.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird because it looks the same. They make it.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, it looks a little bit different. But like, to a layperson, if you put them side by side, they'll be like, oh, they're both like IE. One's just a
new version.
upgraded one.
Yeah.
But like, you ask a tech person, and then like they'll be like, oh no, it's actually like a different engine underneath.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's happening. Patch your boxes or don't use IE, I guess. The Windows has that weird thing where like everything uses IE. Like you can't not use IE.
Yeah,
but
like Explorer is IE.
Yeah. It's a few things like that. So, yeah. So this Amazon Alexa thing was kind of interesting. It's not exactly security related. Guy under the GDPR went to Amazon and was like, hey, can you give me all the details you have about me? They're like, here it is. Send him a link to it. Contained thousands of recordings of someone else.
Oh my god! I love
And he was like, what? So he started listening to them and was like, it's like a guy and his girlfriend. So and he was like, that's not me. I don't know who you got, that's not me. And they were like, oh, sorry. Now, I was reading the Register article. It was so good. So it was like, after that, basically described this story and it was like, after this, Amazon responded saying they were deeply sorry for the issue and that they were reviewing how it happened and putting a process in place to prevent any reoccurrence of this kind of thing happening. And then it said, gotcha. They didn't say anything like that. What they actually said was, this was unfortunate circumstances and it's now been resolved to everyone's satisfaction. So like, poor guy in, I think it was Germany or somewhere, who like had all of his data sent to someone else, who then went to a newspaper and talked about it. But I think the kind of like security implication here is that, of course, there's no strong technical restriction on someone at Amazon getting access to all of your recorded Alexa stuff. If someone is Amazon, that data is there, and they can view it, they can download it, they can send it to someone. So sure, you're relying on pretty much no one at Amazon being a bad person, and that's the only thing stopping them listening to your Alexa device.
It's the same thing with any like of these big corporations these days, like Google, Amazon, like.
Pisses me off. It's pissing me off more and more. So, you know what really ground my gear recently was? Did you see Slack is shutting down? Pardon?
What gear do you have that's getting ground?
My internal gear. It's my anger gear.
That's not how brains work.
You don't know. You haven't looked inside my brain.
This guy, easy.
Nah.
Look at him. Look at him.
Maybe that guy.
Bet you one of them will.
Nah. I reckon he's good.
Oh,
he's safe. I reckon he's safe.
Oh my god! Has someone pushed the button?
I don't think anyone pressed it. No one pressed it.
Oh my god!
He's safe, mate. Look at him. He's good. Oh, safe! Safe!
What about this guy?
Safe!
What about this guy? Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous.
He's all good, mate.
Oh, that was intense. I don't think anyone pushed it.
Nah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
this guy.
Electric
Wellington's
bus.
first electric bus. Well, not first electric bus.
Wellington's. They claimed it was the first electric bus. Probably wasn't. Yeah. So Slack is shutting down the accounts of anyone who's like associated with Iran, whatever the fuck that means. So there's a bunch of university students in America who haven't been in Iran in years, but like are Iranian citizens, and they're getting kicked off Slack.
Jesus.
Some other like employees who just happen to be Iranian, then all their accounts being shut down. No way to appeal. And my thing is like, oh wait, so you transferred all of your chat to one big American company and basically relying on their goodwill to do all of your like work. Don't do that, you idiots. Like the reason we had IRC, well, one of the advantages of IRC and open platforms is so that people can't do that to you. And it's kind of like, wait, so we move to this company and we rely on their goodwill and then it vanishes. That's so bad. And it's like, what did you think was going to happen, you fucking idiots? I don't understand how people can think moving to Slack is going to result in anything other than this. And it's the same thing as Facebook. It's like, maybe if you took a minute to care about where you were hosting your data and what you're doing with it, you wouldn't be in this situation. People are dumb.
I once moved from a company that used IRC to one that used Slack. And I was like, oh, can we turn on the IRC gateway at least? And they were like, oh, it's basically the same as IRC. I'm like,
centralized
it's
and
not.
Like, logs it and all your data is stored and it's not. Yeah, it's not. And then one day they decide, well, fuck you, we're not going to allow Australians because they passed that bill.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to all those Australian businesses? And I'll tell you, they're finally going to learn that they made a mistake. Oh, man, I get salty about this. I need Fincham. We need to have Fincham on the show and do a like real angry show.
Yeah, maybe in the new year.
Yeah, we should get some more.
We got a new
on.
camera, mate.
Oh, I'm actually getting like warm from how angry I've got about it.
It is. Summer is intense in this office.
Yeah, like, no air conditioning. Okay, we got 2 more stories to do.
We should just get like one of those like slow spinny fans to push the air around because I think like the window's open, but nothing really comes in unless like the wind pushes it in.
I'm okay. The window open makes a big difference, I think. Do you see like some company, some group of hackers who claim that they're associated, that they're like ex-NSA, claim that they managed to get access to a bunch of diplomatic cables that they claim China hacked from the EU. It's a complicated story, and the attribution is weird, but the end result is that a newspaper in America released a bunch of censored, I think it was Washington Post, diplomatic cables from the EU.
It's 15 seconds behind.
That's gotten bigger.
Oh, I just looked at my clock and the UTC time output.
But did you look at these? Because this is also delayed, you know, right? by about 3 to 5 seconds.
That doesn't show. There. Oh, that's
You see?
yeah, it's about 15 seconds as well.
Yeah. So there is a timestamp up there, which is nice now.
So that laptop's 15 seconds behind, and mine's 15 seconds in front. I just don't know.
It's real time, mate. It's real time.
Well, the network camera in my laptop is using NTP at least. This, don't
It's
know.
using NTP, but it's just not probably perfectly synced.
30 seconds is a long difference in NTP land.
Yeah. Didn't say it wasn't a big difference. Anyway, so there's some duplicated cables, and there's a bit of a question going around about, like, was it ethical? Should they have done it? Who are these people? Why'd they hack it? Did China hack it? What's the attribution like? Pretty common questions. And the last one's a bit of a skateboarding dog. No, I should call it the flying drone story. Because Gatwick Airport shut down because there was a drone flying around for multiple hours. How do they not have anyone in the entire city who just goes, oh, let's get the triangulators out? Done. Yeah?
I don't know.
It's
Gatwick's
crazy.
like not as big as Heathrow. They can just
Gatwick's a pretty important airport, though, right?
it's pretty big.
like one of the biggest ones
They
in-
use
in,
it for a lot of the mainland flights.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty big.
It just seems crazy to me that they don't have the tech to find out who's flying a drone. It just seems weird to me. Anyway, that's the end of my news stories. Do you want to talk about some, or you want to wrap it up, or it's up to you?
Whistling stripper bomb.
You want to talk about the whistling stripper bomb? Okay.
Yeah. So whistling stripper bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm like, like just people are just like messaging me.
Well, just ignore them. You're in the middle of something. You don't need to respond to it.
Whistling fucking stripper bomb.
Hit him with the whistling stripper bomb. Is this like the tourist pedo brawl?
Have you Have you ever been on a bus?
Yes.
Have you ever been annoyed at the driver?
Not really. Like, okay, if they miss a stop or something, I will. If you know that thing when you're on a bus and they miss a stop, or like they forget to send someone off, and everyone in the bus kind of goes, "Whoa!" Do you know that one?
Sorry, what?
Do you know when the bus driver? Are you listening?
Yeah. So some lady
Okay.
was on a bus.
Stripper.
No, not a stripper.
Okay.
She was on a bus. The driver was whistling.
Okay.
So she was in another country. You can guess which country. She
Uh,
called a phone number.
It was America. wasn't it?
999.
Oh, where's 999?
We'll go for it. Guess.
Is that
guess.
Australia?
Nah, that's 000.
Oh, okay, close. Well, then it's probably like England or something, right? Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, I believe it's just UK.
UK, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Telegraph. Yeah, bus driver was whistling. She called fucking the cops on that bus driver. Just fucking this guy.
What even? What? I don't. What? What?
I know, some people.
Some people.
But yeah, she wasn't a stripper.
Here on the Bus Factor, we have our problems with bus drivers, but we're not completely fucking insane. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. One of us isn't completely fucking insane.
Wait, what?
Nothing, carry on. What's the next news story?
You used to live in Sydney, right?
Yeah, I lived there for 2 years or something. Yeah.
So they've got
I go there often.
CCTV on their buses, like ours do as well.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in a bus, but yeah.
The CCTV footage
Yep.
caught footage of a woman
Knowing Sydney, they were having sex on it.
stripping and pole dancing on one of the poles.
Nice.
I'm really jealous that they've got fucking poles because we just don't have the poles.
I
in
believe
our
you mean
buses.
stanchions?
Stanchions, sorry.
Here's my question. What do you mean they caught it on the CCTV
she
and not
could've-
the bus driver saw it?
They caught it on CCTV and the article does not show the video anymore. Which, why would they? Oh, like these people are like looking for fucking views. Here's
okay, well, we got it.
CCTV footage of some woman stripping.
But like, clearly the bus driver would have known, right? It's not subtle for someone to be pole dancing on a bus.
Oh, were you here? Did you listen to the one last week about
A little bit, not much. Not much.
the
of news.
guy masturbating on a bus? The driver?
To the driver, or the driver was.
The driver was. So the driver stopped. It was a school bus route. Stopped. not everyone had gotten off, so there was like a 16-year-old girl just sitting on the bus.
Why was she doing? Get off the bus. Bus drivers got places to be.
Can't remember the reasoning. There was like a legitimate reason that sounded pretty valid.
For the girl not getting off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after a few minutes, she heard some pornography sounds, and then sounds of him pleasuring himself.
He probably didn't realize she was on the bus, right?
Yeah.
He's opening the porn. He's not paying attention to her. Which, like, yeah, don't do that, Mr. Bus Driver.
At which point she was like, I might not actually leave the bus right now because this is awkward.
So what'd she do? She waited on the bus for him to finish?
I believe that is the case.
But
I think she
that's
like...
worse. Because then he finishes, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. And she's just staring at him. Like, I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd be like, excuse me, sorry, I fell asleep. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I suppose he could make it like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't, yeah. If I was a 16-year-old girl, maybe it'd be different.
But yeah,
God,
our last story for the night, maybe.
Yep. Oh, so we've had the whistling, the stripper, we've got the bomb left.
Oh, what's that other one? Oh, Hamilton to Auckland have got funding for a train.
Train's being funded, yeah. Which is
I think we talked about that.
My
last
house
week.
is going to be worth so much money.
Yeah. So some fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like who even does this?
Tell us the story.
He tried to blow up a fucking greyhound.
He tried, or he threatened to.
Like, you know those greyhounds we talked about one time? There were
the
greyhounds
buses,
the greyhounds in Canada, the dogs.
Did we?
Nah, the buses.
Did we? Oh, yeah, we talked about the longest greyhound or something, right?
Yeah,
like the
something
oldest
like
one or
that.
something. And we couldn't figure out whether it was talking about the bus or the driver.
Yeah.
Or like the route. It was the route or something. It was over 100 years.
Yeah, it was something kind of weird. Yeah, because like 100-year-old bus, like, Jesus, that's not a bus.
Yeah, and we were thinking like 100-year-old driver, like that doesn't sound right. So we figured, I think in the end, it must have been like a 100-year-old route.
But yeah, anyway, this is Chicago.
Yeah.
A guy does a bomb threat.
Yep.
But bus gets swept.
Yep.
No bomb.
Yep.
Just made it up.
Wait, so did he try to blow it up or just threaten to?
He just threatened to, but like he didn't even have a fucking bomb to do it.
What a dick. If you're going to threaten, at least follow through, right?
Jesus, they like followed him with a helicopter to get it.
Yeah, I mean, the bomb threats are pretty serious stuff. It's like, there's those things, there's like a lot of kids who do prank calls with bombs and they like used to just do it on Skype and shit. And then a shit ton of them went to federal prison for it because it's like a real big crime.
Oh, sorry, what? I didn't listen to that last bit.
Kids, like during maybe 10 years ago or something, when I was a kid, maybe a bit longer, there was a bunch of kids who would like go on Skype and do bomb threats to schools and things like that.
Yeah.
And a shit ton of them ended up in prison because they don't take that shit lightly. They really don't like people doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's kind of weird because like a couple of years ago, like the whole swatting thing came about.
Yeah, swatting was a big thing, yeah.
Which like, fuck that shit. Like,
yeah, people died. Well, one guy died.
Yeah, but
people.
like, that's fucking crazy. Imagine if you're just like having a fucking dinner and like.
What's different in New Zealand? Because if in New Zealand, I think there's a less of assumption that you're going to kill people.
There was actually an interesting video I saw recently. Some guy like crowbarring into a house.
Yeah.
Someone filming.
Let me guess. He was locked out. Because that's how all of these stories start.
No.
Oh, no. He was breaking in.
Yeah, he was breaking in.
Okay.
And someone was filming from like the window above, like just poking their camera out. And I'm like, fuck no, I wouldn't do that. If someone's breaking my house, I would not like.
Wait,
like,
no.
What if he looks up and be like, oh shit, I'll fucking come up and kill you?
Okay, first of all, I presume you've already called the cops at this point. So
Yeah,
you know the cops are arriving. Secondly, if I was a robber and I saw someone filming me, my response wouldn't be, I'm going to come up and kill you. It's, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
They've
pretty
called the
much.
cops.
But yeah, the guy also looks like he's in his 60s or something.
The guy breaking in.
Yeah.
Damn.
2 minutes later, cops show up.
Yeah.
So what happened? Cops show up.
Yeah.
Pretty much straight away, cop fucking battens him to the back.
Oh.
Which I was
Why
just
don't I
like,
just talk to him, mate?
oh
He's got
shit.
a crowbar, I guess.
Yeah, so one of the comments was like, whoa, that's a bit heavy. Like,
Yeah.
but I was kind of like, actually, no, like, he had a weapon. I think that's the reason why the baton was used.
I
straight
think
away.
if I was in that situation, I don't know what the training says. I think a good situation is like, Get a few cops, maybe like 2 or 3.
It was
One with a taser.
close quarters as well.
Yeah, but you can just stand back and talk to him, right?
Oh no, like it was like he was here and cops came around a corner. Like,
tight
from
corner.
there. Yeah, it was
Okay.
like quite a tight corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like more acceptable when those kind of things happen.
Looked fucking brutal there. Like guy
Yeah.
was like 60 or something. Probably I don't know.
Yeah, because like they don't want to just make him angry. They want to make sure they incapacitate him. So yeah, it's tough.
I mean, it's like the guy with the pole we saw at the last place.
That one's a lot more understandable to me because he had already been acting threatening, and
We didn't know that at the time, though.
sure we didn't, but now we do.
Our video clip was just like, holy shit,
It's like fucking some guy.
spear tackled by 4 cops.
It's not actually spear tackling technically. There's not a spear tackle. There's just a normal tackle.
Nah.
That's what the YouTube comment says.
Oh,
Was
was
a
it?
Reddit comment. Yeah, someone like complained about our use of the word spear tackling.
Oh my god.
That's not a spear tackle.
I haven't actually looked at YouTube comments in a while.
It might have been a
I
Reddit
wonder
one.
how many we have. We need to like fix the script because Patreon's not been updating.
Oh, we gotta get that money.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll hopefully we'll upgrade the camera. We'll upgrade the internet, which means the camera will be upgraded.
Yeah.
Camera's good now.
Camera is a fuckload
We
better
did
than the
1080p.
last
We
one.
could do a 1080p stream after we get this up.
Yeah.
Get the internet.
So, like,
up
look
to-
at it go.
Yeah, it's nice. It's clear.
It's disappointing that like Christmas time and we can't get like good bus count.
Yeah, pretty low today. We didn't guess. Oh yeah, I think we're about done for today anyway. I'm about done. I actually have got to do work because I only got in at like 3 or something.
Yeah. All right. Shall we kill it off?
Put it to sleep. We're not going to kill it. Just shh, hush now, Bus Factor. Hush now.
Was
And
it you that was talking about? No, someone else at lunch. Someone was talking about like people learning English,
yeah,
and someone was like,
they said something.
so they had like a big night drinking, and
Yeah.
like someone like asked if they got home all right, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't reply. I passed away." And my mate was like, "It's passed out, not passed away."
yeah,
Bit of a different meaning there.
yeah. Oh yeah, one of the guys who had a English as a second language. He's like fluent, but yeah, idioms. Well, not even an idiom. He was talking to a client, and he was like, they were like, "Oh, how is this person? How is Greg?" It's not his name. How's Greg? And he was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but Greg's actually no longer with us."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Whoa, dude, that makes it sound like Greg died." Like I'd be like, "Oh, Greg's left the company or something." Like,
Yeah.
Greg's no longer with us. Greg has moved
Left
on.
the building.
He's left the building. He's
That's another term that you might say.
yeah.
idiom.
Left the building's not super common. It's about as common as in the main.
In the main, I don't agree with that comment.
Okay, well, try and find anyone else in the world who
But
says
in the main, should we call it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll call it a year, and we will see everyone sometime after the 1st of January.
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll send out some tweets.
We'll tweet.
Thanks for listening to us.
And stay bussy.
Yeah, and subscribe on Patreon.
What, like, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that
Punch
subscribe
it,
button.
just punch it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
tap it. Whack it. Okay. See you
Yeah.
later.
Libus Factor. Lip. Oh yeah. Lip. Libus Factor. Oh yeah.